very good arm, so expect him to be utilized and throwing the football around the yard a little bit more than we saw in that first game.
Quick pass out in the flat. Charles Holly Jones, the wideout out of Massachusetts, gets the 4-yard gain.
And if he decides to take off, he's a pretty strong guy as well. I think he bench presses 250. So that shows a little bit of upper body strength. And with that ability, it makes him tough to bring down if he breaks contain.
Well, you can see he's got the shirt sleeves rolled up. Not always the quarterback look. Sometimes they go the long sleeves, wants to show the guns off. Maybe a man offsides up front. They don't call it. And now showing that strength. Good forward lean on the run by the quarterback. Wagenhofer comes about 2 yards short of the sticks.
Yeah, like Emory said, Wagenhofer not an explosive guy, but a very strong runner.
And again, kind of stocky. And only 6 feet tall, but effective. I believe out of Caesar Rodney High School in Delaware. So, again, looking at a 3rd down here, 3rd and 2. Wagenhofer going to use the feet, and he's got room to run, trying to get to the outside. He'll be cut down by a DB, but effective as he gets a 5-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, brave job right there by number 4, Eric Gallegos out of Texas, getting in there and chopping down the quarterback because, again, he was breaking contain. He had a full head of steam, and he was looking to run over the defensive back, but getting him down, although it was a first down, but great job in space by the defensive back.
Like Charles Holly Jones lining up in the backfield now. Wagenhofer trying for the handoff, and he'll be swarmed under. Some miscommunication. It actually was Keon Gilbert, running back out of Wisconsin. He and Wagenhofer, some miscommunication, didn't go well for the blue team.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of miscommunication there between Wagenhofer and the running back there. But a good job by Wagenhofer. Instead of trying to bounce it out wide, panicking and realizing that, the play is broken down, instead of trying to bounce it out wide and lose more yardage, he just simply lowered his head and got as many yards as he could.
2nd and 12, we'll call it. Wagenhofer tries to step up in the pocket. He'll be hit by 2 players and brought down as that defensive line getting to him that time up front. Braden Poling, the linebacker out of Maryland, one of the 2 men getting in there and making the sack.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed so far in this game, early in this game, is that the defensive line for the white team looks a little bit more explosive, a little bit more dynamic. They're causing a lot more disruption than what we saw in game 1. So these guys, maybe it's just a later start, but these guys came out ready to play.
So now a 3rd and 14, we'll call it. Need to take it down to the 36-yard line for a first down. Wagenhofer, again, at 4 wide spread. Takes the high snap, rolls out to buy some time. Now he's going to tuck it and look to run. Will he get there? He'll be dragged down. Depends on the spot, and he will get across the first down yardage as he was grabbed by Charlton Goodwin, but couldn't stop him. And again, we talk about the strength of the quarterback. Wagenhofer showed it right there.
It was a good individual effort by Wagenhofer there, escaping the pocket and picking up what he could, picking up that first down, and lowering his shoulder to make sure that he did get that first down. But I'm looking to see him stay in the pocket a little bit more. He kind of rushed out a little early there. I want to see him stay in the pocket, use his feet to avoid the rush, stay in the pocket, and deliver the ball.
Handoff, cut back up the middle, spinning forward. What a run there by Christian Eisen. Ends up lunging forward and comes very close to the sticks. You saw everything in his game there, a little inside spin and then a little bit of a push forward to get that good yardage.
And this is a guy that has really good ankle flexion. I know I joke about that term a lot, but he definitely has that because he can make you miss in a phone booth, as the old cliche goes, but does a good job at making that guy miss and making moves downfield, which is very tough to do.
2nd and 1, we'll call it. Again, Team Blue keeping it on the ground. First down yardage will be gained. Samuel Serrano with the carry. He gets banged down hard, but not until he gets that first down.
Yeah, DeMayo right there with a nice form tackle. Running back, he went straight to the ground after he came up and made the hit.
DeMayo, a familiar name. I believe he played in these games last year. Now, some late substitutions for Team White. Wagenhofer looking deep. Now he'll pull it down, trying to buy some time. Throws this one. He's hit as he throws, and that one comes up short and almost ended up getting a chance to be intercepted.
Now, I know that was an incomplete pass, but that was exactly what I want to see Wagenhofer do more throughout this game. Is he stayed in the pocket, he stepped up, he took a couple of hitches, and then he realized that there was nothing open, the pocket was breaking down, and he started to move. That's what you want to see young quarterbacks do, is step up in the pocket and then escape the pocket. I believe he was trying to throw that ball away, too, before he got hit. So that was, again, just because it wasn't a positive offensive play, it was a positive play for me watching him as a quarterback.
Alex Wirtz with the contact there. This will go up the middle, and minimal gain there as Jeremiah Daniels, running back out of Georgia, got that carry, and he stopped after a gain of 1.
Now, Mike, you were a tremendous quarterback, dual-threat guy yourself. If you were in this game, how would you approach this? Because we talked about this in the first game, guys, that we know what they can do as far as running. How would you approach this game from your skill perspective?
Well, I think for me personally, when I was in high school, I was very much a runner first, and I had to learn, throughout my junior and senior year to be, what colleges want to see is they want to see you hang in the pocket. They want to see you be able to step up and deliver the football. So in games like this, these developmental games where you're on show, you want to show the college coaches that you're a quarterback first, and then you can make plays with your feet. So that's what these guys need to show is they need to show that they can step up, deliver the football, and then make plays when they have to.
Wagenhofer taken down there, believe loses half a yard. So now we will see a kicker come on. Again, these kicks are not live. And again, Jude Bugenhagen is going to do the duties. Did it in the first game. He will do it here as well. I believe for just the Byers blue team, as the white team has their own kicker, Stephen Oscar, on their roster. So we shall see as it moves along. Kick is up. That one is going to be no good. So, game close, but couldn't put it through, and we remain scoreless with 5:05 left to go in the first quarter. And again, a good drive by the blue team ends up fizzling out.
Heavy run emphasis right there from the quarterback and also eyes in the running back. But a good drive. They moved the football downfield. They got a couple of first downs, which is what you want to see. Use up some clock. So it was a good drive from that perspective. They didn't pay off. It didn't pay off in points, but still positives nonetheless from the blue team offense.
Tyler Van Dyke will lead out the white team. He's out of Glastonbury, Connecticut, 6'2", 170 pounds. He's gotten some looks from some schools. Handoff up the middle. Not even getting back to the line of scrimmage. Joey Ray, the running back out of North Carolina.
Looks like James McCloskey made that tackle. I want to say he's a guy that sounds familiar. I think he played in this game last year. Big number 30 making a play. And he did a great job right there just squeezing that gap. He didn't fly up the field to open up that C gap for the running back. He squeezed it down and was able to make the play. That's good technique right there.
Most definitely the defensive lineman's job has changed over the years with so many different things thrown at them now, not just attack. Handoff up the middle, and again a short gain as Ray lunges forward to get that extra yard, but he still only gets 2, and his team will be about 7 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, 2 plays in a row now that the defensive line for the blue team has done a great job of getting penetration. The linebackers are then able to come up, step up into their gaps, and hit the guy at the line of scrimmage. So very good job by the front 7 so far for the blue defense.
So 3rd and long here, and you would think the white team will look to throw the ball. As Van Dyke leads them out, pistol formation. 4 wides, 2 each way. Jet sweep motion. Now Van Dyke being chased. Can he get away from it? Tries to throw it. This one's going to be almost intercepted. Went through the receiver's hands, then through the hands of corner Jordan Gallegos, the DB out of Nevada. Couldn't bring it in. Could have been a big play in the blue team's favor, but looks like they'll get the stop and get the ball back.
Good initial job there by Van Dyke, escaping the pocket. He felt rushed right away from the blitz, escaping the pocket, but you have to be very careful, especially as a young quarterback, throwing back across your body, with guys that are not even with you or ahead of you. That is the key as a quarterback as you're rolling out. They have to be even with you or ahead of you, or you can have stuff like that just happen where that could have very easily been an interception.
And Gallegos definitely wants that back. That hit him right in the breadbasket for an interception.
So high punt will be fielded just outside the 40-yard line. Stephen Oscar, the kicker out of Maryland, doing the honors, and Team Blue will have their second possession of the game after a pretty good defensive stop. They'll get the ball back and hopefully get their offense moving a little bit again.
So now we'll see these guys come out with this second drive, maybe a new quarterback, and they're going to have a new quarterback in play here. Maybe can they punch it in the end zone or even convert this field goal or a field goal as they move closer to the end zone.
Rydell, the industry leader in football head protection, is proud to support the U.S. national team as USA Football's official helmet and protective equipment partner. Showing blitz, handoff, off left tackle, and swarmed under is the running back Keon Gilbert. In at quarterback now be Edwin Morales III, QB out of New Jersey.
Yeah, just nowhere to go for the running back. I mean, great penetration up front by the defensive line. Just, again, both sides defensive lines, like you mentioned in the first game, Mike, have come ready to play and are ahead of the offense.
Yeah, rollout and a nice tackle there is trying to get to the outside. Morales was stopped in his tracks by Terrell Lindsay.
Yeah, great open field tackle there. Morales tried to get to that edge, but again, we've seen it in the first game. We're going to see it here in this game. You're not going to be able to get that edge very often. So that was a great job keeping contained and coming up and making a great tackle.
And again, as you guys pointed out liberally in the first game, not only you're not getting the edge, but then when you get there, guys are making short tackles.
Yeah, the guys have shown a great job at coming up and really making the great form tackles that you really teach as a coach. And that's a testament to the coaching staff here.
Now Morales gets out of bounds, and I think he's going to have first down yardage. The problem is there's not two sticks here. There's only ones on one side of the field. So he ran out of bounds, may have been able to get an extra half yard or so. It looks like he's going to get just across the sticks. We see the replay here of fleet feet.
Yeah, that's when you break contain. You fly up and not to the quarterback. You want to flatten out and force him to play from a condensed pocket. Once you open up the gates, the quarterback that has mobility will take off and run on you.
Yeah, Eddie Morales, just a 5'10", 160-pound guy. So on the smaller side, very athletic, more of your dual threat type of guy.
1st and 10. Again, Team White showing blitz. And again, up the middle and to the outside goes Team Blue. And first down the yardage on that run by Christian Eisen. Again, the running back out of New Jersey with a nice gain. And seems like when the white team zigs, the blue team zags.
Eisen, again, that footwork is impressive. If college coaches are watching right now, they see a guy that has the ability to make one miss and string moves together. And he's had a productive first quarter so far.
Handoff again for Team Blue, keeping it on the ground. This time it'll be Samuel Serrano up the middle for a gain of around 5. Liberally switching up the running backs, but they all seem to be effective right now.
Which is interesting because you want to see guys get those consistent carries, but as a runner, if you have the ability to be a quick starter, that's definitely bodes well for what you got going on.
High snap over the head of the quarterback. He's going to run back, try and get it. He can't bring it in, and a great defensive play there by Tucker Hart, the defensive lineman, runs it down and a one-handed scoop to bring it in and give his team the ball on the other side of the field.
Yeah, you never want to see something like that as an offense. I know that you're playing with new guys, and it's different when you're in the shotgun when you're under center. When you're under center, it takes a little bit to figure out exactly where the quarterback likes it and, trying to get that snap perfect every time. But when you're in the shotgun, this is something that these centers should be pretty used to at this point. So you never want to see that as an offense.
Great job there by Hart, as Morales couldn't get it on the first grab, and then just that big paw out there, the big lineman's glove scoops it in, and the white team in business. Going deep, looking down the sidelines. That one's going to be incomplete. Intended receiver on the play was Cason Gardner, the wide receiver out of Virginia, and actually bucking a trend here a little bit. Tyree Spinner leaving his starting quarterback in, Tyler Van Dyke, going to go 2 series with him.
Yeah, Van Dyke had him down the sideline there, but that's one thing you see a lot in these games, unfortunately, is getting that fly pattern. That is very much a timing route. Mm-hmm. And when you're going up against guys that you don't have that timing with, you don't have that chemistry with, it's one of those things as a quarterback that you almost just have to put it up and let him just go up and make a play. Don't try and hit him in perfect stride, but don't throw it out of bounds to where he has zero chance of making the catch.
2nd and 10, quick screen out into the left flat, and nice gain there as Jelani Foster, the wide receiver out of Good Counsel in Maryland, able to make that catch and spin forward. Of course, that program produces all kinds of good players, one of the many good ones in the WCAC, one of the Catholic leagues down in D.C.
And we haven't seen either quarterbacks for either team in either game so far take a snap on the center. So that will be probably more unusual to see in these games as opposed to taking these shotgun snaps. So I'm actually shocked. Like you mentioned, that shotgun snap went over the quarterback's head.
So 3rd and 4 here. Need to get it down to the 36-yard line for a first down. Van Dyke rolling right, looking for someone to come open. No one does, so he tucks it, and a nice move on the sidelines to get an extra yard or two. He'll be just short of the first down. Actually, they say he'll step out while making that move, so he's a good 3 yards short of the sticks.
It almost looked like a design run play by the quarterback. It really had no one to go to in the passing game. And, again, when you have the ability to run the football from that position, it just makes it tough for a defense to really game plan against. I mean, he tried to look for someone downfield, couldn't find anybody, and got out of bounds.
We saw that little tap there as timeout will be called. And a big 4th down play coming up as the white team looking to keep their drive going. USA Football and the U.S. National Team would like to thank its corporate partners for their support of the U.S. National Team program in the 2016 Development Games. And that's going to be the end of the quarter, so we'll take a quick break. No score here at Towson.
Protect what matters most. The USA Football Protection Tour is a series of free one-day football camps that educate youth football players, parents, and coaches on the importance of proper equipment fitting, tackling fundamentals, and CDC-approved concussion recognition and response protocols. Watch for this year's Protection Tour schedule and sign up today for an event near you.
Welcome back to Towson University. 4th and 3. Van Dyke in the pistol. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he'll flip it forward, and that one's going to be incomplete. And again, the defensive line's dominating early. They do it again on that play.
Yeah, good job right there by George Tibbetts batting the football down and getting his defense off the field. Defensive lineman, big number 76, making a play.
Yeah, so far throughout this game, we're seeing the defenses really dominate the offenses. You see the front 7 on both sides getting pressure to both quarterbacks and really taking control of this game.
Seeing blitzes from both teams, and that time it worked like a charm. Van Dyke never had a chance to set up and just kind of flipped it forward. So the blue team gets a stop when they need it, and they go back on offense looking for our first score of this game early on here in the second quarter. Glad you could join us here live from Johnny Unitas Stadium on the campus of Towson University. 1st and 10. New quarterback into the game. That's going to be high and incomplete. Bounces off the hands of the intended receiver. In for the blue team, Michael Perello, quarterback out of Dominion High School in Virginia over next to Dulles Airport area in Loudoun County.
New quarterback in, they try to get the rhythm going early, throwing a quick, short pass, but just threw it high.
Yeah, that's the way you want to get a quarterback started. You want to start with the short passes. You never want to start with something small, something long. You want to help him get into a rhythm with those short passes, but unfortunately, like you said, Emory, he just overshot that one a little bit.
Running back up the middle, runs into a wall of white and gets about a yard on the play. Jeremiah Daniels with that carry there out of Macon, Georgia.
You're starting to see a lot more press in this game. You know, one safety back deep at times, so they're rolling that second safety up close to the line of scrimmage, pressing on the corners as far as like being up in their face. So a little bit more aggressive defensively in the second game.
So handoff on the little counter up the middle, and that's going to get minimal yardage. So again, the defense is standing tall early on in this game. Keon Gilbert with the carry there, and he stopped after a minimal gain. So again, we're seeing both defenses kind of stand on their heads early on.
Yeah, Emory, I mean, you made a great point there. That was 3 straight plays of the defense running man-to-man cover 1 defense, and that is ideal defense for stopping the run. And they are basically daring the offensive units to throw the football at them. So until they start throwing the ball down the field, they're going to be faced with 8 to 9 man boxes trying to run the football.
Which shows the adjustments made by the defensive staff here on these two teams, because, again, they had a lot of success on the first drive running the ball, and we haven't seen that same success the second or the third drive.
Yep.
And we see there, first time I believe today we've seen it, where a ball's gotten overhead of a returner and gets that big roll. So the white team, again, punts are not live, but it moves them back inside their own 5-yard line. Maybe a chance here for the blue team defense to score. Siege Sports is proud to be the official uniform partner of the U.S. national team. Follow Siege Sports on Twitter to check out the custom uniforms and apparel they create for high school and college teams nationwide. To learn more, visit SiegeSports.com.
Yeah, coaches still want you to fill that punt, man, because, again, that could have saved you 20 yards right there on that roll.
So Zach Green, quarterback out of the Chesapeake area in Virginia, now in, gets his first snaps. Handoff. Trying to bounce to the outside is the running back Joshua Sabanda out of New Hampshire. So I think earlier I said the northernmost players we had were Massachusetts. New Hampshire's got them by a little bit.
Just another great open field tackle. I mean, and we're not just saying this because we're covering USA football, but they have really tackled well in both games. I've been very impressed.
Yes.
Yeah, both games so far, just textbook tackling. And like I said, that really is a testament to the coaching staff and the amount of work that they've put in throughout this last week, having these kids in practice, teaching them the fundamentals and really sticking it to them to make sure that once they get into these games, they really, are practicing those fundamentals and practicing good tackling.
Green takes the shotgun snap out in the flat. That's incomplete and a hit for his troubles as the wideout gets hit hard by Will Weidman, DB out of Texas.
It looks like the receiver kind of took a peek to see who was coming to hit him and ended up dropping the ball. Coach used to always say you're going to get hit anyway, so you might as well just catch the ball and take your punishment that way.
Then even Cameron Wicks, the wide receiver. And again, we're seeing the quarterbacks go over to the sidelines, and now a timeout going to be called as the white team was getting close to delay of game penalty. I think they saw that coming, and Tyree Spinner and his coaching staff going ahead and taking the time out there, trying to avoid that issue. Trust your teeth and smile to Shock Doctor mouth guards, trusted by athletes all over the world. Shock Doctor, the official mouth guard of the U.S. national team. So again, pace a little slower in this game early on. Again, I think part of that is just because of the fact that neither team can really get much going offensively and no rhythm.
Yeah, when you can't get a rhythm, you can't get a pace. That's the
Right.
biggest thing. You got these guys out here that, these defenses are dominating this game so far. We're a couple minutes into the second quarter here, and like we mentioned earlier, both defenses are running a 9-man box, and they are stacking the box and forcing the offenses to throw the football, which they haven't done yet. So until they start throwing the football and developing a little bit of a rhythm, expect this game to go kind of slow, which leans in the defense's favor.
And you can't really throw the football short when they're right there close enough to where they can rally up and make a play. So your short passing game is not effective as well. So you have to go a little bit deeper down the field.
Zach Green Little pump fake there. Tries to get out of the end zone. A flag goes down. This could be a safety if it's a hold in the end zone. He gets the ball back out. But let's see what the referee's ruling is here. He's pointing back at the end zone. And defense saying it's a safety. It'll be a hold. It'll be in the end zone. And it will be a safety. So our first two-pointer of the day, and we talked about the defense is dominating. You can't get much more dominant than the safety.
You got to know where you are on the field if you're an offensive lineman. You're in the end zone. You got to be a little bit free with your hands. Otherwise, you will get called for this holding.
And again, great pressure there by the front seven, really getting up into the line of scrimmage and forcing the quarterback to step up, which then, as an offensive lineman, it puts them in a really tough position to not hold as the defensive linemen are trying to come back downhill to get the quarterback.
Yeah, as a defensive lineman, you're forcing these guys to react, so you force that hold. And that's just a great job, like you said, those guys getting pressure, getting after the quarterback, and they've done that since the second drive of the first quarter throughout, so it's just been impressive.
Seeing this blue team really defensively get the job done. White team hasn't been bad either, but now we'll get a chance to add on. And I think the referees at this point, they're trying to figure out exactly where they're going to put the ball. You usually don't see a safety in a game like this, but it looks like they're getting a clarification now, and I think they'll figure out where they're going to start, and that's where the blue team will start. But kind of looking for that double score. That's the beauty of a safety, is the fact that you can get two scores back-to-back and really can kind of make it a two-touchdown, a two-score game.
And defensively, the blue team is doing something creative. It's almost like an inverted cover, too. They're pressing up front with bigger defensive backs, and they're passing guys off to the corners who are now set up as safety. So I'm pretty sure Mike sees a guy at safety pressing up front. You're like, okay, I'm about to go deep. But then you see them pass off the corners, and now you're holding the football just a little bit longer.
Yeah, it makes it really hard to throw the ball down the field on the sidelines. Mm-hmm. But what that defense exposes a lot is the middle of the field. If you can get somebody to get off their guy in that press coverage, because you got both your slot guys are pressed up tight, if they can get loose, there's nobody left in the middle of the field. So it'll be interesting to see if the white offense sees that and can then take advantage of it.
Well, let's see what Jared Wagenhofer can do. He's back in the game. Michael Perello took the last snaps on the last drive. Now he will go deep. He's got a man, but incomplete as he was looking for Roger Holcomb III, the wide receiver out of Towson, Maryland, so kind of playing a home game here, but Holcomb just too far out in front of him to make the catch.
Yeah, Wagenhofer had him down the sideline. It looked like more of a skinny post route, but he just didn't put quite enough air on that ball to get him down there.
And to your point, he beat him quick off the line of scrimmage and was open instantly, and Wagenhofer had to wait till he turned around to where he can get rid of the football. But that was your big play. That was your chance to go up at least 9 points.
Holcomb, a member of the U.S. under-17 national team last year. Handoff up the middle. Decent yardage. Give him about 4 or 5 on the play. But it'll still bring up a 3rd and long here. Christian Eisen again with the carry.
And sacrificing ankles in the process. I mean, he broke down the defensive lineman right there at the line of scrimmage. You had a good chance to tackle him, to bring him to the ground, but he made him miss.
Need to take it to the 40 for a first down, and looks like maybe a change in the play call here, or at least getting the protection together as Wagenhofer talking to all his linemen. He'll take the snap, looking deep again, looking for Holcomb, and again he can't hit him. Just a step or two out in front, and Holcomb couldn't track it down, and 2 deep shots taken, but neither one connects.
Yeah, Wagenhofer he needs to find that touch. Right now he's got guys open downfield, and I know we've been stressing how great the defense has been playing, but right now it comes down to the wide receivers. In a defense like this where they're being pressed, it's going to come down to them and them getting off of that press. This is two plays now that they did their job. They got open. Wagenhofer now has to put the ball out there and let them catch the ball.
He'll get a few more shots, and you see that shot of Wagenhofer kind of in that crouch there. Probably knows it could have a touchdown on those 2 plays, but good quarterback. He'll get another shot at it, and we'll see if he doesn't hit it next time he gets down. Again, this is going to get over the head of the returner and all the way down. He's going to let it roll and actually will end up in the end zone. So the white team catches a break as the return man, Terrell Lindsay, came up. And I don't know if he lost it in the sun at some point or whether what happened, but just kind of stopped, didn't reach up and get it, and catches a break as it rolled all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, you got to get on that ball and recover it. Now they'll bring it out to the 20, but, I mean, the football is shaped weird to where you don't know where it's going to stop, so it's going to constantly roll weird. Now, if this was Canada, that'd be a rouge, a 1-point single right there for the blue team.
Of course, the U.S. national team takes on Canada in their matchup down at Cowboy Stadium. I guess AT&T Stadium technically now, but so the white team catches that break. Let's see what they can do with it. Coming out, quarterback Zach Green again. So the white team seems like they're going with 2 series per quarterback. The blue team switching off every time they get the ball. See what they can do. Again, good pressure by the blue team. This one across the field and incomplete as tried to throw across his body and couldn't catch up with Cason Gardner.
Yeah, very dangerous play there by Van Dyke. Throwing across your body is never a good idea. As you're rolling to the right like he was, you see the guy sitting there wide open in the middle of the field, and you really want to, you want to pull that trigger thinking he's wide open, but what you don't realize is the defense is pursuing you coming across the field, and that's a lot of times where you see an interception happen, and then it turns into a touchdown for the defense because all the pursuit is now it's ran past the guy who caught the football.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke and mirrors, man.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 here for Team White. Zach Green has the 3 receivers below him, and he'll go ahead and hand that ball off. Actually, not a bad play for Green to keep his head and pick that one up off the ground and get the handoff off for about a 3-yard gain.
And just a great job defensively. I want to say that was Dominic Spano out of New Jersey. And the reason why that was impressive was the fact that he utilized his hands. Now, the offensive lineman is probably under the illusion that he has this guy blocked. But when you were able to play with your hands, you're in a position of control. He was able to get off that block and make the play for a minimal gain.
Joey Ray with the carry. So 3rd and 7 here. 2-0 score. Team Blue got a safety down at this end of the field. That's all we've had so far. We just go under 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Throw almost intercepted as, again, Team Blue is all over the passing game for Team White. Will Weidman, again, Johnny on the spot looking for the pick, couldn't bring it in, but another stop for the blue team.
That was a great job by Weidman breaking on that football. He was actually assigned to the outside receiver, but it was a mirrored concept route, 2 out routes, and basically all he did was he was reading the quarterback, and as soon as he saw that ball thrown, he jumped it. Almost a pick 6 for him, but a great play by Weidman.
He would have waltzed into the end zone. There was no one in front of him, and he caught that in stride, boy. But that was a great job right there. Like you said, they tried to influence him with those 2 mirrored routes, but he stayed true to his assignment and made a play.
Stephen Oscar with the kick. One of the upbacks is going to try to make the catch, but in a good play, he knocks it forward. Jordan Gallegos, again, if you're not going to get it, at least knock it forward. You'll get it where you knocked it forward, and that's where the blue team will start again with good field position at their own 49-yard line.
We'll see now if they can come out and connect on some of these deep shots deep down the field. And on the flip side, defensively, if you're the white team, you've allowed guys to get down the seam or down the sideline twice, and your safety hadn't been able to get over top quickly to make a play. That's something they're going to have to adjust pretty quickly.
Well, it looks like they actually adjusted to it right now. They got 2 safeties in the back.
Right.
So they realized that they got beat with that man-to-man coverage. Now they got 2 safeties.
New quarterback in. Edwin Morales back in the game. Throws one. It's going to be incomplete. They're looking for the penalty flag. There was some contact, but that was underthrown. But now a flag is down in the backfield. Looks like that's going to be holding on the blue team.
Yeah, he wanted to go deep down the field, but he saw that they had that squeezed on both out routes, or both outside routes, and really had nowhere to go with the football.
So they will call the hold and move it back 10 yards. So they'll place it down at the 39-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 20 for the blue team. And the way we've seen In the first game, the way we saw some chunk plays, this wouldn't be that big of a deal, but the way this one's gone so far, really yardage at a premium. Now gets by one rusher. Flag goes down the backfield. Looks like it might be a face mask, and still on his feet and getting out of bounds is Edwin Morales, the third, and he'll be close to the sticks, but they may tack on the face mask on the back end of it.
And you saw them walk that defender down toward the snap and was able to come off the edge with the pressure.
So they'll say personal foul, face mask. I don't think we'll see it on the replay here, guys.
Yeah, he got him right in the face right there. And a little Vernon Adams-like with that three and making guys miss. So good job right there of evading the pressure. They had that blitz coming free off the edge. It was up to him to make that guy miss.
Yeah, that was one of those plays where he had one option, and that was to escape outside. So he did a great job there, feeling the pressure coming from his backside, escaping out and getting what he could, and a great job by Eddie Morales there, picking up the amount of yards that he did.
So we get the chunk play we were looking for, and the blue team in business. Ball marked at the 30-yard line after the long run by Morales and the face mask. Morales going to keep again, trying to get to the outside. This time not as successful. Runs into three defenders, and he'll be banged down at the line of scrimmage.
College coaches and pro coaches have to be watching this and wondering, why can't I get my guys to play with this much, this good of perimeter defense out there? Because, again, they're stringing out these outside runs. They're making tackles in space, and it's textbook each and every time. No one has slipped up outside as opposed to, what we've seen in the bigger levels.
Morales back to throw. Try to get out of the pocket. He'll be brought down. A sack on the play as defensive lineman Tucker Hart kind of one-handed Morales down and brings him back for a big loss.
Yeah, that play by Morales, what he wanted to do there, step up into the pocket. He got a little too antsy. He stayed back, and he tried to escape out instead of stepping up. He has a pocket in front. His front three linemen had a beautiful barrier right in front for him to step up to and deliver the football. Instead, he tried to string it out wide, and he got taken down.
Hart makes the big play. 10-yard loss. Now a 3rd and 20. Morales, again, pressure in his face, sets up the screen and gets it out there. But, again, good pursuit by the white team as Christian Eisian brought down after a gain of 1. And, again, the defense is stepping up when expected.
Yeah, first guy slows you down. Second guy makes a tackle. That's just great team defense right there by the white squad.
The biggest thing that's impressing me so far watching these two games is not only the pursuit by individuals, but when a guy gets tackled, it's not one guy making a tackle. It's 4, 5, 6 jerseys around the ball carrier. And that is extremely impressive for a bunch of young kids playing together in a game for the first time.
This punt, an angled kick, but it's going to get into the end zone again. So not a lot of field position gained by the blue team there as they tried for the coffin corner, couldn't get it, and the white team will get it on the 20-yard line.
I mean, the way the blue team is playing, they may feel as though they have enough points to win. They're sitting here defensively. They're getting off the field. They're making plays. They nearly picked off 2 passes. They are playing great defense at every level.
But again, with just the 2 points, the white team can get one big play and take the lead over. But again, as we said, it's defenses have been ruling this one.
And I think the biggest thing we've seen so far in both offenses is early on, both defense was running a man-to-man cover one defense, and the blue team exposed the white team's defense a little bit by hitting some shots, or at least having some shots open downfield. The white team has yet to take a shot and has yet to get that opportunity. So, for the blue team's defense, they're just going to stick with what's working until the white team beats them.
Cody Baker with that carry gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Also, new quarterback into the game, Ashton Scott, QB out of New York.
So in this situation, Mike, are you pressing to make a play, or are you trying to push the envelope just a little bit? Maybe not be as aggressive, but try to push it a little bit further downfield.
I think for me personally, you want to try and attack downfield a little bit more. As a quarterback and a guy who loves to throw the ball down the field, now I'm starting to get a little bit antsy with the lack of play calls that have gone that way. So as a quarterback, it's tough to to sit there and go, okay, stick with the game plan, stick with what the coach is calling, when in the back of your mind you're just going, okay, let's take shots. Let's just, let's get this thing going. So it's definitely tough for the quarterbacks to do, but it's also something that, they haven't had very much success doing what they're doing. So they're going to have to change something up here pretty soon.
Felix McCorkle made that grab there, but was behind the line of scrimmage. Almost better off if he let it hit the ground. So now 3rd and 12, have to get it out to the 30-yard line. Roll out. Scott throws it as he's hit, and that one's going to be incomplete as he overshot his target. And again, the defense is playing good. Nothing there for the white team.
And one of the things I noticed on that play was the receiver on the second route, which was designed to come back out, he turned in. So now the quarterback really had nowhere to throw the football, and he stopped, and the quarterback just got hit, threw the football away, or tried to throw it away. Miscommunication right there with the receiver and QB.
So on 4th and 12, Stephen Oscar will come on to punt it away. You can see the blue team spread their guys out, only have 4 men up front. They want to make sure that ball doesn't get over their heads. High kick, but kind of short, and it'll be caught right at the 45-yard line of the white team. So again, excellent field position for the blue team. They've had it a few times, really haven't been able to do much with it.
Yeah, this will be the second drive in a row now that they're basically starting at the 50-yard line. So great field position for the blue offense. They have to start getting some momentum going here, start getting some kind of offensive flow, and hopefully put up some points because, the way their defense is playing, 2 points might be enough, but as a coach, you never want to just stick with that.
Just under 3 minutes to go here before the half. Scheduled 10-minute halftime. A hot one here today in Towson, though. Looks like the sun's kind of dipped behind some clouds, so hopefully the guys getting a little bit of relief down there. Turf field here at Johnny Unitas Stadium. Fumbled handoff, and again it'll be a big play for Tucker Hart. The defensive lineman had the sack the previous series. This time the fumbled handoff ends up in his big mitts again, and another big play for the white team, so they'll get a chance to score right before the half.
Yeah, he's filling up the stat sheet today. You see right here on the replay, and that looks to be on the running back. Again, quarterback did his job, put the ball right in the basket. Running back had a small window for the quarterback to fit the football in there, and that's on him. You have to give the quarterback big enough room to where he can put the ball in your stomach and you can effectively squeeze down and protect it. But that didn't happen in that situation, which is why we see the white team back on the field.
Eyes in the running back there. So the white team, Ashton Scott staying in at quarterback. He'll hand off, trying to get to the outside, and nothing doing. Again, another good play by the blue team as corner Jordan Gallegos comes up from his spot and makes the tackle on Joshua Sabanda, running back out of New Hampshire.
Gallegos is a really good football player. Watching his film, you see a guy that does a great job in all aspects of defense. But going back to the fumble, now we're going back to this play here, but Gallegos right there coming up and making an open field tackle versus a very good runner.
So that'll be a 3-yard loss. Takes the ball back to the 44 of the white team. Clock about to dip under 2 minutes. Pressure again coming, setting up a screen. This will be incomplete, and then a hit on the back end, and now a hit in the backfield as well. So that may be a late hit, and maybe a free 15 yards for the white team.
That screen took a long time to develop. That was a long developing one.
It was definitely a long developing screenplay, but you never want to do this as a defense. You never want to hit that quarterback late. And at this day and age with the way the football's going, if you touch that quarterback after that ball is released, you're getting the flag for it. And now instead of a 3rd and long, you got yourself a 1st and 10, and you're really hurting your defense doing that. Your defense has been playing so well. Penalties are the absolute last thing you want right now.
The white team, chance to get in field goal range, if nothing else, but it's still 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the half. So they've really got a good shot to get even more on the board. But you would have to think it may have to come via the big play. They've had trouble putting together drives here in the first half. Scott in the shotgun has a bunch to his right. He'll hand off, trying to get to the outside. Sabanda, trips up and can't get outside and ends up losing some yardage. So, again, tough sledding for this white team offense.
Yeah, they really just can't seem to get anything going offensively. No rhythm, throwing the football, running the football. They really have to figure something out. Hopefully when they go into halftime here in a couple of minutes, they can sit down with the coaching staff and figure out some different changes that they got to put together, because right now this offense is struggling.
And a timeout called by the blue team defense. Playing pretty well, and they'll talk it over, make sure nothing goes the wrong way for them. USA Football is proud to partner with the nation's leading AED provider, Physio Control. Learn more about how you can get Physio Control's AEDs at usafootball.com/AED.
I just have a hard time believing that this blue team defense just met this week. You know, they're playing like they've played together for a full season. These guys are in tune with one another, in tune with the scheme. They're doing a great job replacing each other when one goes up aggressively to make a play. I mean, this has been a great display of team defense by the Blue Squad.
It really has been impressive. And like you just said, I mean, the continuity that they have going right now for a group of guys that have only been practicing together for a week, it's really impressive to see what these guys are putting out on the field right now.
So Scott fakes the handoff. Now try to step up in the pocket. He'll be hit and fumbles. And an offensive lineman for the white team jumps on top of it. But again, another loss on the play, and the blue team going to take another timeout. They want another crack at this ball.
I mean, why not? I mean, you've done a great job defensively. You're getting off the field, and you have some opportunities to go deeper down the field if you can connect on a few. But you see right here, just great defensive line play. The quarterback almost squirted out there to make something happen. But, again, good individual effort right there by the defensive lineman, Josh Malloy, making the play.
Yeah, I love Coach Byers' strategy here, taking the timeouts and trying to get the football back. They're the only offense so far that has had any kind of shots to score points fast. And they've had 2 shots that they missed going down the sideline, but they're there. So as a coach, you see, okay, we have the ability, we have the plays, we know what's working, we just need to execute. And he has all the confidence in his world right now in his defense to where if something happens, they can go back out there and get the shutdown.
Of course, Coach Byers, part of the Shepherd University coaching staff. The Rams were really their best year ever last year. They went all the way to the finals of the Division II National Championships before losing to Northwest Missouri. So, again, lots of good things over in Shepherdstown. Actually, probably about an hour and a half away from here in Towson. Pass over the middle, almost picked off. And again, another guy we've called the name of plenty of times today, Will Weidman, gets the hands on it, can't catch it, but does knock it down, a flag down as well. Let's see what the ruling is here. An illegal shift on the white team. That's what the initial situation was. I think he's just waiting to see if it's declined, and it will be.
Yeah, this is the second ball the Weidman has just completely read the quarterback's eyes and broke. As soon as he saw the quarterback going back into his motion, he broke on the football, and that's twice now that he's had an opportunity at interception. So don't be surprised if later in the game we call his name and there's an interception at the end of that play.
And you guys mentioned Shepherd University. Again, we saw in the first game how the defensive line coach from Bryant had an impact. Shepherd's defense has been very impressive. They have a guy right now that's with the Denver Broncos, Chanel Jenkins, was a tremendous defensive lineman last year, about 6'3", 280, getting off blocks and collapsing the pocket. And you're seeing this defensive line play the same way, this defense as a whole.
Scott out of the pistol. He's going to be hit and brought down. Again, pressure from the defense of this blue squad, and they again have stopped the white team and have moved the ball all the way over on the other side of the 50. They'll have a chance to score with about a minute left.
I'll tell you what, guys, I'm not much for defensive football, but it is fun watching this blue team play right now. I mean, they are flying around the ball and absolutely shutting down this white offense.
Again, I don't think these guys played together just this week. This is a really good play, delayed pressure coming up the middle, and he didn't see 24. Nigel Wilson came in on a delayed blitz from his linebacker position and was able to stonewall the QB and get this ball. This is better than a punt for their offense. They have great field position to put points on the board.
That's Mike's worst nightmare, that play like that. Good grief. That's my dream as a former nose tackle. First and 10, looking for the score before the half. They'll go deep. Man's wide open. Incomplete again. Had a man open going wide down the field. Salas Cephas, wide receiver out of Maryland, and again just overshot him.
I hate to say it, but that's Wagenhofer again.
Right.
You know, he needs to put some more air on the football. That's 3 balls in a row now that he has just tried to drive down the field. And when you're not throwing to guys that you're used to, you can't try and drive it down the field because you're not used to their speed. You're not used to where they're going to be. You have to let the ball have some air under it. And if it has to, let him go up and jump to make the play.
Right.
But 100% of balls are incomplete when they're overthrown. So he's got to figure his touch issue out right now.
Wagenhofer trying to keep the play alive. He'll break contain. Throws this one out of bounds. Again, just didn't really have anything there and didn't want to throw a pick. Has some more downs to play with, but he'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
And you like Coach Byers' aggressiveness, coming off a big defensive play. Let's take that shot deep down the field. That's what you want to do. You hopefully wonder if they're going to eventually hit on one of these big plays deep downfield, because each and every time the guy has been open. He has had maybe a step or even 2 on the defender, and it's been busted coverages, but you got to connect on those passes.
Speedy Roger Holcomb into the game now. Of course, he was overthrown twice. Wagenhofer fakes the handoff, now throws out in the flat, incomplete, looking for that little tunnel screen, and end up short-hopping Dalen Felton wide out of North Carolina, and blue team going to go 3 and out, so the great field position squandered, and they'll kick it away.
And what would you attribute those throws that Wagenhofer has missed? Or is that something that where he has to calm down and really go through his technique, or is that something that he's just not hitting right now?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I think, probably the first one, you see that guy wide open down the middle of the field and you get a little bit juiced up and you throw it a little too far. But I think at this point in the game, he's had a couple of chances now where he just needs to calm down and realize that, I'm not sure what his wideouts have been like at his high school, where maybe that's the throw he makes where he drives it to him. But in a game like this, as a good quarterback, you have to make adjustments to the players you play around. And right now, he's not able to drive the football to those players. And in all honesty, those throws that he's making down the field aren't throws that you're supposed to drive the football. So he needs to just calm down, get with his guys, and realize I got to put a little bit more touch on this ball. And at the very least, maybe to just get into the rhythm, throw one up in the air, make him completely stop and turn around to catch the football.
Right.
But he's got to start completing these passes.
Of course, these games and the week before about development, that's something he's going to have to work on as he goes through. Again, as you talked about it, he's got designs on playing college football. He's got to learn a whole new set of receivers there, so something he'll be working on. Now the white team, 33 seconds left. We'll see how they play this, as it's Tyler Van Dyke out of Glastonbury, Connecticut, back in the game. We'll see if they play it safe or he looks to throw. He's going to look to throw. Opening. Going to just try and not keep the play alive. Stepped up in the pocket and thought about throwing it, but then ends up taking the run, and clock will roll as he doesn't get out of bounds and got 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, Tyler Love did a great job trying to strip that football out. I love how they are staying aggressive defensively despite the fact that the clock is running out toward halftime.
And it looks like the white team will go ahead and look to regroup at the half. A defensive struggle in our first half here in our second game of the USA Football Developmental Games here at Towson University, as the blue team with a 2-0 lead on the white team at the half. We'll have more coming up right after this.
The icon of the game. The icon of competition. The icon of athleticism. The icon of fandom. The icon of the future. The future of football is now.
You could be the best in your house.
And then your state.
Then get all the love.
You could be the best in this house.
You could be faster than the fastest.
You can carry on a legacy.
Then add a couple of these.
And then make everyone want to be like you.
And you can stop there, but you won't, because you're not done yet.
For the athletes moving the game forward, Gatorade's creating the fuel to do the same. Fueling today, fueling the future.
What does it take to become elite? It takes more than dedication, focus, and hard work. It takes an elite-level training program. Customized, sport-specific, online. Your perfect workout every time. That's Volt Athletics.
So it seems this is sports performance, whether we're talking about Olympic athletes or middle school and high school athletes, the foundation is the same. We want to remove dysfunction and then build upon their sport-specific movements to allow them to function at a very high level on and off the field.
Gatorade, for athletes who move the game forward, we're creating the fuel to do the same. Innovating beyond hydration to create the future of sports fuel, fueling today, fueling the future. Welcome back to Taos University and Johnny Unitas Stadium. It's the USA Football Development Games, and it is a 2-0 game at the half. The blue team up on the white team. Jeremy Huber joined by Emory Hunt and Michael Niebrick. And guys, again, we kind of talked about it before we came back on camera. What are we going to talk about? And Mike said, what else is there to talk about? It's defense.
Yeah, I mean, the defense has completely taken over this game. The blue defense has, like me and Emory talked about during the broadcast, they have played this game as if they've been playing together for years and years. I mean, the continuity that they're showing out on the field, the timing of the blitzes, the rallying to the ball. I mean, it is really impressive to watch. And I'm not one for watching defensive games, but it is impressive to watch, and it is fun to watch this blue team play right now.
Well, it's just good the fact to see these guys out here competing and matching each other's intensity. You know, a lot of times you may see the one group of the defense having fun, but everyone is involved, and you just want to see the white team's offense match to the intensity that they're seeing on the opposite side of the ball.
Yeah, we'll see. And again, though, it's really been a dominant performance defensively, but the blue team especially, not only with the pass rush, but also the DBs, it's really been a team effort.
Yeah, Weidman's been absolutely incredible on the outside. He's broke on 2 balls so far that he pretty much should have come up with an interception there. And like I said earlier, don't be surprised if in this second half, if he comes up with one and possibly takes it to the house, because he's broke on some really nice balls so far.
And I'm sorry, despite all that, you're only down 1 play.
Yes.
One play. That's all you got to make, 1 play if you're the white team.
Yeah, we saw some big plays in our first game. We'll see if we see some on the offensive end as well in our second game here at the USA Football Development Games. USA Football is proud to partner with Volt Athletics to provide U.S. national team athletes with cutting-edge strength and conditioning programs. Volt provided the U.S. national team athletes with 8 weeks of free training to prepare them for this moment. As a proud partner of USA Football, FlipGive helped several U.S. national team athletes raise money to participate. Shop online, raise money. It's that easy. Sign up today at usafootball.flipgive.com. Again, 2-0 our score at the half. The blue team up on the white team here in Game 2 of the USA Football Developmental Games. We'll have more after this.
We see the leaves turn and know it's time. A rite of passage with the field as a classroom and hash marks as guidelines. We see teammates becoming friends, friends becoming brothers. We see moms and dads standing taller as their kids dig deeper. We hear laughter and lectures, pads popping, praises sung through a face mask, echoing over proving grounds, where character grows stronger and lessons last a lifetime. But we also feel the power of teamwork and the magic of mutual goals. We feel the emotions of triumph and loss, the development and growth of team. And that's why we do what we must. To certify coaches are trained. To verify safety measures are taken. Testify about the values of the game. To strive relentlessly to satisfy every player and coach's desire to be better. We are caretakers of playing fields that yield enriched lives, teachers and protectors of an American tradition. It is a responsibility we all take seriously, a challenge we all must embrace. Because we are forever football.
Heads Up Football is the best, and in fact the only good way I know of changing the culture.
It's really been about creating a safer environment for our kids.
Being the pilot program for Heads Up Football and me being the first player safety coach, it's completely changed everything.
We're looking around going, why aren't we all doing this? There is nothing here that fundamentally changes the game of football. There's nothing here that we're not currently teaching. We're just teaching it in 25 different ways. And ultimately, there's the potential that we see a return that we're making the game safer.
Everything evolves, everything grows, and this is the right thing, the most responsible thing to do. As a league administrator, I mean, I can't even imagine a program that doesn't do it.
They adopted this because they love the game. but also in a couple of years, the youth become high school players. It's an evolving project.
Heads Up Football has changed the way we play. It's changed the way we practice, and it's changed the perception in the moms and dads.
We have one consistent match of what we're talking about and how we're teaching our athletes to play the game. From ankle biter through 12th grade, we have one consistent curriculum.
The continuity of the program at the youth level, executed all the way through the high school level, is so very important to the parent.
It's kind of part of the fabric of what we do and how we coach now. This just helped us be a better staff and a better community.
First and foremost, we've had fewer head injuries.
We have seen a sound decrease in concussions, in collision injuries.
We're able to show with data that there's a difference. You know, Centerville High School played in back-to-back state championships and had the fewest injuries of our 25 high schools. That's a big deal.
It makes me feel better because I know that my son is safer.
He would come home and show us the stuff that he's learning. I just felt great about that. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad Heads Up Football is teaching you that.
We're making tackles now that maybe we wouldn't have made a few years ago, just because we constantly hammer in the basics.
Through Heads Up Tackling, I definitely am a better player and a better tackler.
Our generation is getting taught a different way to tackle, like this is the right way.
I think that it's starting to really pay off because our numbers, we're up 40 kids, which is huge.
Wanting safer football is absolutely the right thing for kids.
Do this. Do it yesterday, both from the youth club level and then from the high school levels, because this is only making this a better game, better, safer game.
Welcome back to Johnny Unitas Stadium on the campus of Towson University. Game 2 of the USA Football Developmental Games today. And right now the blue team defensively getting after it. They lead the white team 2-0 here at the half as we get ready to start the second half of the third quarter. And again, guys, it's really been this blue team defense putting on a display of epic performance. As you said, Emory, it looks like this team has been together forever.
Yeah, and again, you rarely see that continuity in development games or whatever you may call it. But they've been playing well at every level. D-line, linebackers, getting in the way of passes, and the secondary is doing a great job in the open field tackling the offensive guys of the white team. You just want to see the white team's offense come back with a little bit of an answer, one answer at least, to have this thing turn around for them.
And let's also not forget about the white team's defense. They've done extremely well today, too. They have given up a couple of chances, but luckily for them, the blue team offense has not been able to capitalize. So they've played extremely well, too. I'm expecting another pretty good defensive half. Basically, I think this game's going to come down to what offense can make the one big play.
If you want to be the best, you have to wear the best. Cutter's football gloves and its grip technology are in a league of their own. Cutter's football gloves, the official glove of the U.S. national team.
Yeah, to your point, Mike, man, Tucker Hart for the white team has been all over. Fumble recovery and a sack, so you're right.
Tyler Van Dyke will lead the white team out as they will start on offense here in the second half. Man goes in motion. Handoff, little counter back the other way, and some positive yardage there. But again, that pursuit of the defense for the blue team cut down what looked like it was going to be a big gain into a little one for Joshua Sabanda.
It was a good start, though. Good start for the white offense. A little counterplay, get things going the other way, get flow going one way, come back the other. It was a good start. Let's see if they can keep that, kind of build off of that momentum.
Good 5-yard play right there coming out of halftime. Again, you want to see what adjustments can be made or have been made by the coaching staff.
2nd and 5, need to take it to the 40 for a first down. Sun has come back out from behind the clouds, so nice and hot. Sabanda trying to get to the outside. He'll be hit and brought down. One player had contained. He cut it back and then ran headlong into a linebacker.
And you saw something a little bit on the previous play. It was a great run, great opening play for the series, but again, the ball carrier will stop dead in his tracks. You see right here on the second play, they tried it to the other side, forced back inside the help, full-fledged form tackle, get the guy on the ground. Again, bad tackling teams would have gave up 2 big runs on those last 2 plays.
McCloskey had the contain that we pointed out, and then it was Nigel Wilson with the good tackle. So the loss of 4 on the play sends it back to the 31-yard line. Need 9 for the first. Rolling out in the flat, complete. Good spin, but good secondary tackle as well. And that will be well short of the sticks. Only a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play again. Great defense by the blue side.
Yeah, just not much available for the offense there. Not much available for the quarterback. He was rolling out. I kind of want to see the offensive coordinators to keep their – I know it's tough with the amount of blitzes and how well the blue team's playing, but I want to see him keep that quarterback in the pocket a little bit more. It gives you a lot more options throwing the football. When you roll out to one side, you're basically cutting the field in half. So they've been doing a lot of that. I hope they can kind of see that he needs to stay in the pocket a little bit more and give him more options.
I believe that was Jordan Gray on that last catch. Stephen Oscar on to punt. Remember, the punts here are not live. High, nice kick, and it'll be caught just short of the 20-yard line, so that's where the blue team will scrimmage from 1st and 10. Again, they'll have to go pretty much the length of the field, but another good stand by that blue team defense.
I mean, after the first play, positive play, 5 yards, quick 3 and out by this blue team defense, and now their offense is back on the field, hopefully with an opportunity to hit a big play. But to your point, Mike, running to the short side of the field, I hated that as a runner when we ran the option to the short side of the field, and you're the pitch guy, you really have no chance to make anything happen. So not only to the roll to the short side, but to throw a short pass to the short side is tough for a QB.
Yeah, it just shrinks the entire field down, and you're really not giving your players the chance to succeed in those plays. If you're going for short yardage, that's fine, but 3rd and 10, it just cuts the field down too much.
Eisian up the middle and runs headlong into that white team defense. Gets about a yard on the play. Wagenhofer back in at quarterback. And we've talked about it. He's had some chances today, hasn't been able to convert, but obviously Chad Byers' confidence in him put him back out there for the first series. We'll see if he tries to go deep again.
We also hadn't seen him run more often like we saw in the opening part of this game either, so credit to that white team defense.
High snap. Gets the handoff. Eisian gets it, and he'll have a gain of around 2 on the play. So he'll set up a 3rd and 7. So still a long way to go for the blue squad.
Eisian is also a very good defensive back as well. And you could probably tell because of his footwork. I mean, they put him out on the island at his high school, and he does a great job in locking up receivers.
Another handoff. So going conservative for the blue squad. And bottled up well short of the first down. Number 28, Samuel Serrano. So let's see. Maybe Coach Byers, no, he's going to send the punting unit out. So tried to run it 3 times and not there.
Now, Emory, I want to ask you, just coming from a running back's perspective, both defensive had done such a good job containing the running backs. How, as a running back, do you keep it in your mind to keep pushing forward? Does it affect your mentality at all, just getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage every single time you touch the ball?
It can get frustrating because you're trying to figure out a way where you can be successful, and you have that playmaker mentality where I need to make a play. They put the ball in my hands. I need to make something happen with it. So but the only thing you can do is trust the scheme, trust the blocking, and then allow yourself just to get to the second level. If you can get past that first wave, then that's when your individual skill takes place. So you just got to stay calm, stay within the game plan, stay within the structure of the offense, and then something will eventually happen for you.
That punt takes the white team bounce and back across the 50-yard line, landed on the other side of it. So, again, some good field position here for the white team in the battle of punts. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Who makes the first big play in this game offensively could have a clear shot to winning this one. I mean, both defenses have played outstanding.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to determine who wins this game is what defense makes the first mistake and what offense can capitalize on that mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Van Dyke out of the shotgun, has 3 receivers to his left, throws one over the middle and incomplete, looking to set up the screen to Joey Ray. And right now, we talked about it, not a lot of rhythm out there for either one of these teams, and it's kind of showing up in the play.
Yeah, screen pass is always it's always a good play to try and get a rhythm going, but it's also one of those plays that if you have an incompletion or it doesn't work, now you're behind in the sticks, 2nd and 10, and now basically you have to pick up big yardage here in this second down play, or you're coming up with a third and long that they have not been successful at all on today. So it's a good play to get a rhythm going if it works.
Right. I mean, they say you eat an elephant one bite at a time, and with this elephant called the blue team defense, you have to just chip away. Short passes eventually lead to big plays. So I get it, but when it doesn't work, like you said, it looks bad.
Van Dyke takes the shotgun snap. Incomplete. Looking for the slant pattern, and that one behind his intended receiver, Kason Gardner. So again, just tough for the white team right now. They try the screen, they try the pass, it's just not working for them. They got to find something going on the offensive end. This could be a battle of punts.
Yeah, I did like that play call, though. They're running a lot of man-to-man defense, and a slant is a perfect route to beat that man-to-man. There was an off-coverage man. He beat him on the inside. Van Dyke has to put it out in front of him, and if he catches the ball on the run in a man-to-man defense, he's going to be running for a while. So I do like that play call, but these offenses need to start executing when they have opportunities there.
7:31 left to go in the third quarter. Looking for our first touchdown of the game. 2-0 lead for the Blue squad. Van Dyke looking to his left. He'll be hit again, and 3 or 4 defenders pile on top. Again, this Blue team defense putting on a clinic in this matchup.
Yeah, you won't have a lot of time back there to make something happen against this defense. And I think they ran a sluggo on the outside. But initially they had the play. Again, it was the same play. 2 slants coming in. The outside receiver ran the slant and go. Get rid of that football quickly. You may have something to work with again, but they had the deeper play called, the deeper route called, and it ended up being a sack by the defense.
Yeah, I think the way that this defense is playing, unless it is a down-the-field shot where the receiver is running a go or running a post, you're not going to be able to do double moves. The way this defense is playing, they're getting to the quarterback way too fast, and I think that with that double move there on the last play, that's what ended up leading to the sack.
Right there, a little miscommunication. No one called that ball, and instead of really catching up around the 20, ball goes back to the 8-yard line. So maybe at this point the most valuable player for the white team might be their kicker, Steven Oscar, who's got some punts off, and some miscommunications have kind of flipped the field and put the white team in good position to keep this thing where it is at 2-0.
Looks like Edwin Morales will be checking in that quarterback, so we'll see if they'll go deep down the field. To your point you made early in the game, Mike, they haven't really gone downfield with Morales at QB. He's more of the running threat, but we'll see if they get that opportunity on this drive.
Morales again in the shotgun. White team showing blitz. He'll look to break contain. He'll just tuck it under and run and try and get out of bounds and avoid the hit. Good play by Morales as he's going to get just past the sticks for a gain of 12.
Yeah, good play by Morales there. Not much he could have done. He got pressure early, so a good job of just tucking the ball, getting what he could, got 12 yards. So good start to this drive.
Yeah, you blitz a mobile quarterback, you got to be careful because it turns into a track meet. Now everyone is manned up. You're running right behind one another, so get outside. You got to keep contained if you're the defensive end. Gave him a back door to run out of, and he did.
Jeremiah Daniels down at running back. He'll block this one over the middle and incomplete. Looking for the tight end coming across, Philip Milot out of New Jersey. Again, right now, just the quarterbacks, we talked about it. There is no rhythm right now, so it's tough to get that touch on their passes.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that the lack of rhythm is affecting both quarterbacks, or all the quarterbacks from both teams so far. So hopefully we can see one of these quarterbacks kind of figure something out, complete one pass, and maybe that's what sparks him.
Morales in the shotgun, looking at a 2nd and 10, takes the high snap. And he'll look to go deep. This one a bit of an underthrow, but this one will be complete. Blue team with the big gain, lunging forward is Salas Cephas, the wideout out of Maryland. And, Mike, you called for it earlier, say, look, just underthrow once, see what happens, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. You know, you have a group of wide receivers that are here for a reason. They're good players.
Right.
Give them the ability to go up and make a play, and that's exactly what Morales did here. He knows that he has a taller receiver out there. He's not going to try and overthrow him. Just put it up there. Let him make a play, and that's exactly what happened. Now you got a big play.
Now the handoff and slung down the running back as Gilbert got the ball, and he's taken hard to the turf there by number 47, Braden Polig, linebacker out of Maryland.
Yeah, Poling was probably upset on the previous play and took it out on the running back on that one. Like, he really put him on the ground pretty swiftly with that tackle. But, again, great tackle, way to neutralize coming off of a big play for the offense by getting them backed up a little bit more. It just gives your defense confidence.
2nd and 13 now. Again, 3 wides up top of your screen. Almost loses the snap. Now gets it out quickly. That one is incomplete, and even if it could have been completed, probably a good job for Charles Holly-Jones not to catch that one. He was going to take another loss.
Now you go from a big play, positive momentum. Now you're 3rd and long with a spotty passing game so far in this game outside of the one big play we just saw. But now you're sitting in a situation where you have to make something happen to keep this drive going, keep this momentum going.
Yeah, and those were very important last couple of plays for this White defense. They had just given up the first big play of the game. How are they going to respond? Now we'll see if they can get this third down stop.
Morales over the middle. This one's going to be caught, and it's going to go in for a touchdown. Again, same man, Salas Cephas, makes a play on the ball, and he'll take it in for the score.
They've tried to hit that route 4 times this game, and this is the first time they hit it, and the one time they do, it's a touchdown. Now they have a bigger lead to where your defense, we're probably going to see this blue team defense come out on this second drive, on this next drive, and really pin their ears back and get after the QB.
Yeah, great job by Morales taking his drop back, taking one hitch, and delivering the ball down the field. He didn't try and put too much air under it, didn't try and throw it to a spot where his receiver had to run to it. He put it on him, let him make a play, and his receiver rewards him for the touchdown.
48-yard touchdown pass from Morales to Cephas. And now an 8-0 lead. Blue team going to look to add to it here. Too many men on the field. They'll run one off. Try not to get the delay of game. Bugenhagen with the kick. He's going to hit the goal post, and it went through, then bounced back out. So good bounces for the blue team right now as they get the big play and then the kick, and we'll see the big play again here.
And you see right there the receiver, Cephas has shown the ability on the other big play to go up and get the ball at his highest point, which just builds trust for the quarterback. Morales throwing him the football again, going up, making a play, getting into the end zone.
Yeah, it was a great job by Cephas, really catching that second ball in traffic. The first one he was kind of alone, was able to go up and get the football. That second one he had some traffic around him. And as a wide receiver, you see a lot of guys that when they feel traffic around them, they're a little bit hesitant to go up and get the football. That was a great job by Cephas, going up strong, coming down with it, making the move, and getting into the end zone.
So the face of this one has changed as the blue team finally breaks through with a touchdown. And now with a 2-score lead, white team's got to respond. They do right there. Nice pitch and catch and first down yardage on a good fight by the pass catcher, Jelani Foster, from Zach Green into the game at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, great throw right there by Green and great catch by Foster, catching at all hands in traffic like you just talked about, Mike, and breaking tackles. He really wanted that first down and got it. And good, positive, big play for this offense coming out down 9.
We're only up on 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. White team looking for their first score of the game. Pistol formation, now they'll shift up. Green, another quick pass out in the flat, complete. Trying to get some extra yardage, and about a 5-yard gain by the time it's all said and done by Jordan Gray, the pass catcher out of New Jersey. I think, guys, this is probably what you guys were hoping to see. That pass rush really has been bearing down. Well, let's get the ball out of our hands quickly.
Yeah, they've done a great job so far these last 2 plays of getting the ball out of Green's hand fast. And he's done a good job delivering the ball accurately and letting his receivers catch it and run with it afterwards.
Punch, counter punch. How can you respond? How do you respond when you're hit? And they're doing a great job so far in this drive.
Cody Baker, the running back, bunch formation to the left. They're going to give it to Baker. He'll try to run behind that bunch, but a good job by the defense to basically fight their way through it and bring him down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, Weidman did a great job there coming up and making him cut back into the line of scrimmage And obviously, we've talked about it before. That blue team defense has done a great job all day of pursuing the football. And once Weidman made him cut back into it, there was nowhere to go.
So 3rd and 7, we'll call it, maybe even 3rd and 8. Need to get it down to the 49-yard line of the blue team for a first down to keep the drive alive, though it could be 2-down territory. So we're under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Baker moves up out of the pistol to a more traditional shotgun set. Green tries to fight off a defender. He cannot, and another great play as Logan Nave comes up from the defensive end spot and gets the big sack.
That's just a good job by Nave, just beating the running back's block. And again, a running back has to at least get some piece of the first defender coming his way to chip on this guy coming off the end. He missed him, didn't get a good job, and Nave got through and made the play.
Yeah, it's the running back's job on that play to make sure that the edge is sealed. And he didn't. He let the defensive end get upfield, and he lost track of him, and that's what led to the sack there.
So another punt now for the white team. Oscar on. Another pretty good kick. Blue team goes back. Another miscommunication, and this one's going to end up in the end zone off the hand of a blue team player. And this one's going to be blown dead eventually. I think they want him to touch it down, but instead they'll just blow it dead as a touchback.
I don't know what Towson's kicking situation is, but but Oscar is definitely making himself known today with some great punts, man.
Yeah, you got to see exactly what he does under pressure, but
that's true.
You see the leg
Right,
is definitely
right.
there. Just checking out Logan Nave. He's out of Westminster, so it's always interesting to see some of these guys around this area, some really good football players. And
it's a really good area for high school football, period, man.
Nice confluence with Virginia, D.C., Maryland, all in that area. Some really good players, and always been a fertile recruiting ground for some teams in the college arena. Again, banged down, a run there by Eisen, and a good job coming up from the defensive back spot. Noah Neifler, DB out of Wisconsin, with a nice tackle.
Neifler did the exact thing that you want to do as a defender versus a very shifty running back. Just stay in your place. At some point, he has to go forward, and you make the tackle.
Yeah, it was textbook job there by Neifler, letting the running back make the move instead of trying to anticipate the move. And most of the time when that happens, you end up getting juked out.
Right.
Serrano, your running back. Perello, your quarterback. Serrano gets it, and again, meeting at the running back is coming into the backfield. Number 47, Braden Polig. Again, it's almost like they know what's coming, and they're just going full bore back into the backfield and making plays that way.
Well, it goes back to the amount of people that they have in the box. You know, they obviously got beat a couple of times on that last drive by some deep throws, but most of the time they're running the football. So when you have 8, 9 guys in the box against, you know, a spread offense with 5 blockers, it's very hard to block the run against 8 guys.
Sounds like someone who says that from experience. Polig, back to throw over the middle. This one's going to be picked off. So they go for the jump ball. It doesn't work. And that time, a great play on the defensive end by Harrison Reed, the linebacker out of Nevada, able to pick that one off and put his team in a great spot.
Yeah, that ball was forced down the field just a little bit. There was a single high safety, so you never want to throw the ball in the middle of the field with a single high safety. That ball was forced, and of the white defense made a great play, and hopefully now the offense can use this momentum of a turnover to capitalize on some kind of points, make them feel good about themselves going into the fourth quarter here.
And I want to go back and correct myself. I know Coach Moorhead never put you in that spot. I'm really glad to see he's going to be at Penn State this year, hopefully getting some good offense there. If it's anything like the Fordham offense, it should be pretty good. Pass out in the flat. That's going to be completed. Gain of 7 on the play. Making the catch there was Seth Dunn, wide out of Virginia. Maybe time for one last play here. We'll see if they get it off. Looks like they will not. So the white team down 9-0 as we head to the end of the third quarter, but they are driving. We'll see if they can put their first points on the board when we come back.
Protect what matters most. The USA Football Protection Tour is a series of free one-day football camps that educate youth football players, parents, and coaches on the importance of proper equipment fitting, tackling fundamentals, and CDC-approved concussion recognition and response protocols. Watch for this year's Protection Tour schedule and sign up today for an event near you.
The icon of the game. The icon of competition. The icon of athleticism. The icon of fandom. The icon of the future. The future of football is now.
And back just in time as actually had a man running off the field. Looked like one of the defensive linemen thought he was supposed to be on the field, didn't. So the blue team had to take a timeout, and the coaching staff of the blue team not too happy. Somehow they ended up either with an extra man or thought they had an extra man and ran one off.
I like how Zach Green has been throwing the football. These in-breaking routes, your slants, your ends, your digs, he throws really well. Let's say your curls as well. If they can get him to go, let's say, deeper down the field and hit a big play, but they've done a good job now just moving the football slowly down the field, and they can continue to do what they're doing. But the big play is there, but he has been doing a great job hitting these in-breaking routes.
Right. Yeah, I like how Green's been throwing the football so far on the short stuff. Mm-hmm. The problem is they haven't given him any chances to throw the ball down the field, and I think that eventually, whether it's this drive or the next drive, they're going to have to start taking shots. This blue defense is playing so aggressive, so tight to the box that these 4-yard slants, they'll work, but eventually you got to make a play.
See if they give him the opportunity here. Running back in, Joshua Sabanda. He flanks. They go down the field here. That's going to be incomplete as he was looking down the field for the wide receiver, Joe Paulo Ferreira, out of Massachusetts, and had him just a little bit high.
Yeah, it was a beautifully designed play. They had the outside receiver on a quick hitch and the inside receiver on straight down the seam, which kept the quick hitch outside, kept the cornerback low. All Green had to do was stick it right on him, and he's walking into the end zone. But a good designed play. Let's see if they can take a couple more of those out of the playbook and actually use them.
They do that on second and short, so it brings up a 3rd and 2 here. Green, flushed. Going to try and get the first down with his legs, and I believe he will. The referee comes up and actually gave him a little bit less than I thought he would, so this will be close, but I think they're going to move the sticks, and they will.
Yeah, good job right there, escaping pressure. See right here, right off the bat, defensive lineman came free. Just enough speed to get outside to get the first down.
Got outside of Josh Malloy there.
Green, another one of those guys that's a pro style by nature, but has the athleticism to make plays exactly like the one he just did, to where he can get out of the pocket when he needs to and pick up yards with his feet.
Green out of Grassfield High School down in Chesapeake. He'll take the shotgun snap, again looking deep. This one will be incomplete, again looking down that seam, but can't hook up with Felix McCorkle, the wideout out of Missouri.
Well, they ran the exact same play on that one, but Marcel Smith, the cornerback who came up on the first one, read the play and actually played back on that second one. Green tried to force it in there thinking that he would have it just as open as he did on the first time. But again, you see the cornerback there falling off instead of coming up and breaking on the route.
And I'll tell you what, guys, that's one thing I noticed right there. Back in the old days, that's probably a guy getting lit up. And I think it's the one we have to point out that the differences at the pros and all the way down, guys kind of being taught with the penalties being called, don't kill the guy out there. Go ahead and play football. Go for the football. Great to see those guys play good, solid football. A good, solid football play right there as it goes down to the 10-yard line. Big completion for Green. He's able to hit Tylen Laseth, tight end out of South Carolina, and he has a first down, and the white team continues to stay in business.
Just going off what you just said, though, that was the exact same safety that had the opportunity to light up the wide receiver on that last play. Now instead on this play, he gets a chance to actually come up and make a hit, and he makes a picture-perfect beautiful textbook tackle. I mean, you could not have asked for any better of a tackle from a safety than that.
Now the ball's on the ground. It'll hop right back up into the arms of the running back. I believe that's Joey Ray, and it is.
Yeah, we've seen old school, new school approach from the last two pass plays. Again, that previous pass play, normally the receiver would have ended up in the stands from the defensive back flying over and hitting them. But then you see on the other play, great stick throw, but coming up making a form tackle to where the guy didn't break that tackle. So you can make big plays, big hits of great tackles and be technically sound and safe. And that's all they're trying to teach with USA football.
Most definitely. So a 2nd and goal, ball at the 10. White team trying to get a score. Now 2-minute motion. That's going to be a penalty. Let the play go, and now it'll be a sack as some of the guys held up and the blue team didn't, and they get back there. Another flag comes in late. I believe that's on the same original play, though. And I think maybe with the White team coaching staff not very happy about that, but we'll see it here.
Brian Brewer gets through. Big number 99 from Florida. He wasn't letting that quarterback go.
So they'll sort this out. I actually say that's the illegal shift. It's going to be 2 penalties or 1 penalty. Thought I saw him point at the defense.
Yeah, it looked like 2, probably 2 offsetting penalties there.
Yep. So I believe it's going to be offside on the defense, illegal shift on the offense. They'll cancel each other out, and we'll replay 2nd down. So that's big. And who knows, maybe that's why they got such a good jump, because of the fact that they went early.
It's all about the ball get off, right?
Well, most definitely. 2nd and goal from the 10. White team looking for their first score of the day as they trail by 9. Up the middle. And just short of the goal line goes the running back, Cody Baker. He'll have a gain of 7, maybe 8, takes it down to the 2.
Starting to see a little bit of breaking down of this defense by the white team. The offensive line starting to fly off the football. Running backs are running with a little bit more juice. We've seen Green start to complete some passes, so their offense is starting to get in gear. You see right here, just straight inside running play, but a good field right there by number 2, making a nice
another great form tackle by David Ordusen, and giving his defense now the ability to come up with a goal line stand.
Baker in the pistol behind Green. He'll hand it off. Baker up the middle, hit and brought down short of the goal line. His helmet might have got in, but the ball never did, so it's inside the 1. This is going to bring up one of the more exciting plays in football. 4th and goal from the 1. Let's see where the white team goes and the blue team can counter.
And without the ability to go under center, makes this, I think, advantageous for the defense, because now you can really load up, get a good head start, and clog up all those gaps and force them to try to go outside where you have great perimeter defense.
So this is interesting. Instead of going for it, they're going to kick the field goal. So they'll take the points.
I can understand the call, though, for sure. They're down by 9 right now. They need 2 scores. Get the points now while you can, and then worry about the touchdown afterwards.
So Oscar will come on. No rush. Takes his time and boots that one through. So now 9-3 our score. The white team, first points of the game, and they're within a touchdown now, so they'll need to stop and a score, but they have a chance to do it, and blue team has got to be happy. I think those guys thought they were loading up probably for a goal line stand there. Instead, they take the field goal.
I mean, you have to give credit to their defense once again. 2 big tackles, one by Ordusen from Jersey, but the other guys up front, again, not allowing that offensive line to get good push up front and allowing those guys, those backers and safeties to make something happen at the line of scrimmage.
I think if you're the white team's offense, so you also have to be very happy with how that drive went. Yes, you didn't get the touchdown, but you came out of it with 3 points. And not only that, you came out of it with some rhythm. Zach Green did a great job throwing the football, leading his team down the field, and you definitely got to be happy with that moving forward for the next drive if you're the white team's offense.
Jared Wagenhofer in at quarterback. Jeremiah Daniels, your running back for the blue team. Wagenhofer, slant pass. That one will be caught and brought down after a gain of 8 is Nave. Of course, we've seen him pulling double duty today. He's got some on offense, has had some on defense. St. Vincent Sports Performance is proud to support the U.S. national team and provide our athletes with world-class sports medicine care. St. Vincent Sports Performance staff are expert nutritionists, certified athletic trainers, and sports medicine doctors based in Indianapolis. As the play again goes to Nave, and he's going to make the catch for the first down. St. Vincent Sports Performance professionals travel across the United States and the world to give the U.S. national team members the highest level of sports medicine care. Learn more about St. Vincent Sports Performance at definingsportsperformance.com.
You're starting to see them do a little bit more of catering to what Wagenhofer can do well. Spot throw, quick throw, a lot of flat line passes, but they're running shorter routes, which is why you've seen them complete it.
Now, handoff and big hit. Up the middle, tried to go for the counter, and coming in to make the stop was Braden Polig. We've called his name a few times today, and he makes another great tackle.
Yeah, the White defense really has to step up here. They can't allow any points if they want any chance of winning this football game. They have to step up right now, get a stop, and turn the ball back over to their offense.
Right, because when your offense has rhythm, you don't want them sitting on the side for so long because they're going to lose that rhythm, they're going to lose that continuity, they're going to struggle the next time they're out on the field.
Pass out in the flat. That's going to be caught. Again, it's Nave. He's going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Had a chance at the pick, but the great hands catch by Nave, able to bring that one in and get a big gain out of it.
Again, short, quick passes which allow Wagenhofer to get the ball out of his hands quickly. If you're going to flatline passes all game, let's flatline them short to where the receivers can stop and make the catch. And they're doing a great job adjusting by the coaches. The defensive back is going to kill himself because he had a pick six, but great job by the receiver.
1st and 10. Blue team getting some momentum here. Isian back in as the running back. 4 wide receivers. He'll take the handoff. Tries to bounce outside. Actually, no, a keeper and maybe a touchdown. Diving for the goal line and the pylon. Is he in? He will be in. Touchdown by the blue team as Jared Wagenhofer, we talked about, he's got the functional speed. He showed it right there. Great fake and finds his way into the end zone.
Great job by Wagenhofer there. You know, he had a couple opportunities early in this game where he could have sealed the game early. He didn't let that affect him, came out this drive and realized, hey, if I can get this team down the field right now and put it in the end zone, this game is over. And that's exactly what he did. So you got to give a lot of credit to Wagenhofer there. Completed the throws that he needed to and then made a great job running on that last play.
And that's how you get into a rhythm. You know, like you talked about earlier, short passes, get him into a rhythm, a couple of completions, and then you're going to allow his skills to take over once again.
Blue team will go for 2. Isian hit in the backfield and brought down, so try to go and make it a 17-3 game. They cannot do it, but the touchdown is the key. The Wagenhofer run, we'll see it again here. A great play by the quarterback.
Great job once again. Again, bench presses 250 pounds, so he's going to break some tackles, and it's just a foot race to the end zone, and he had enough endurance and ability to get there.
Like we saw the defensive end kind of get bit on the fake, and then a good block by one of the wide receivers helped spring him.
Yeah, it was a great read there by Wagenhofer on the option play. And again, you got to give the kid a lot of credit. He could have very easily gone into the tank after missing those 3 throws that he had wide open down the field. So you got to give a lot of credit to him for staying in this game and then leading his team down for hopefully what will be the winning touchdown or the sealing touchdown.
So the white team, with their work cut out for them, they're down now 2 scores. New quarterback in. Quick screen out in the flat. Getting some space and getting a nice gain will be the wideout Jelani Foster. As Ashton Scott back in at quarterback now for the white team. We'll see the replay here.
Just a quick pass, nice starter on first down, getting good positive yards, 7 or 8 yards on first down. That's what you want. You don't want to see this offense come back out after a big play and go in the tank.
Now looking down the sidelines, and this will be out of bounds, I believe, caught by the defensive back, but both players out of bounds when they came down, so incomplete.
It's going to bring up a big third down here, too. 3rd and 2, what do you do? Do you run the football? Do you go for a short pass? but you need to convert this third down, and you also need to start scoring. Think about scoring quickly. Start picking up the pace. If you get this first down, you almost have to go into a no-huddle mode and really start picking up the pace on offense.
We'll see where they go. 3rd and 2. Need to get it out to the 40 for a first down, marked at the 38. Scott moves his running back up. He'll roll out, throw in the flat, complete, first down yardage. A little bit more, and making the move, Jordan Gray. He'll be brought down at the 47-yard line, but plenty of room to move the sticks.
I like that play call, too. They got the quarterback out on the move to help ensure that he was going to complete this short pass on his hitch route right here to the receiver. Get the football in your hands quickly. Let him make a play, and he did for a first down.
Ray back into the game. In the pistol. Behind Scott. Now he'll move up. Now some jet motion. Scott trying to set up the screen. Now he'll throw it back the other way, and no one's there. And again, a little miscommunication. 2 linemen got deep. There was a receiver out there, too, and the coaching staff, they want some grounding, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to find a receiver. I saw 2 offensive linemen. I didn't see a tight end or a back or a receiver nowhere in sight.
Yeah, it looked like the running back got eaten up in the line of scrimmage trying to get through that big blue defensive line. It looked like there might have been a wideout blocking in the area. Really more of a judgment call for the refs.
And Cason Gardner was out there.
They have the seam through right here if they want it.
Scott, roll out again out in the flat. This will be completed. A 3-yard gain on the play as he's able to find Seth Dunn. Dunn also out of Virginia.
I like what they're doing right now with these rollout plays. A lot of the times that we've seen a rollout, it's been to the short side, which gives the quarterback very little options to throw the football. They're rolling out to the wide side now, which gives him options close to the sideline to get out of bounds, and it also gives him the ability to attack deep if they have an option.
Under 4 minutes to play in regulation. Blue team protecting a 12-point lead. Scott swarmed under once again. Another sack for this blue defense as he was looking deep, had to pull it down, then got swallowed up. And now a timeout for the white team as they've got a crucial 4th down coming up.
Big difference between push and pressure. You got push right there, which allows you then to get pressure, collapse that pocket so a guy that has that mobility can't squirt out and hurt you. So, because a lot of times you see those defensive ends rush past the quarterback, he'll step up, have 2 windows to either step up and throw or step up and run. But when you get pushed, you collapse a pocket. He had nowhere to go.
And I think Michael would definitely attest to defensive ends are great, but those nose tackles and defensive linemen that can get in your face, as you said, those got to be the toughest guys of all.
Yeah, those are definitely the toughest guys, and those are the guys you worry about when you're on offense in a spread offense. If those are the guys that are getting the pressure up front, if they're pushing your 2 guards and your center backwards, then that's where you get into trouble as a quarterback, because most of the time you're not going to be able to escape out. You're going to be able to escape up. But if you got those 2 guys up front blowing your front 3 back, that's where you get into trouble.
So 4th and 10. Scott with Baker next to him. Flag goes down. This is incomplete. Let's see what the penalty is. If it's against the white team, it'll be turnover on downs. Looks like they're going to say it's on the blue team. They're going to say offsides. That may have been someone lining up offsides. So that will give the white team 5 yards and, more importantly, another chance to go for the first down.
And this makes it an easier play call for the coach because now he doesn't have to worry about getting those 10 yards on a bad throw. Got an option right here for him.
Scott out in the flat. It's completed, but when did he make the catch? That's the question. I think they're going to give him a good spot, but they may have to measure this one. They're going to move the chains.
That's how you convert on 4th down, man. Keep your team going in the right direction. Keep your hopes alive.
Now the blue team trying to make some late substitutions.
Yeah, that last play was made by the wide receiver there. Good job keeping his body between him and the ball and the defender.
Another flag goes down. This will be caught out in the flat, and moving forward for a 5 or 6 yard gain will be Jordan Gray.
Wonder if the guys were set offensively.
Here's the previous play, and it'll be against the offense.
Illegal motion looked like.
So that'll move them back. And we have dipped under 3 minutes to play here in regulation, so the white team going to have to go ahead and move quickly. And, of course, in the situation we're in today, no onside kick, so even tougher to come back. You'll have to go ahead and get a stop on defense. And the clock is rolling.
Yeah, they got to start taking some shots downfield. They've done a great job of this drive at just completing passes and moving the ball 5-10 yards at a time. The problem is they're down 2 scores and there's 2 minutes to go. You got to start taking shots down the field.
Scott will move his receivers around, but taking precious seconds. He'll look left. This will be caught. Gets a lot of that yardage back, and Cason Gardner making that grab, but he'll be short of the sticks.
You want to see that sense of urgency from this offense. Get to the line, get set up, get lined up, and let's get ready to run the play.
And this seemingly, Emory, would be the problem when you come into a situation like this. Guys getting together at the last minute, only a week together. Really tough to get that fast-paced, no-huddle offense going. Scott does a good job of getting this one off, though. He'll throw it deep on the fade pattern. It'll be incomplete. Couldn't keep him in bounds as Foster kind of had that back shoulder open, but couldn't make the grab as he ended up out of bounds.
Want to put the ball in play to give your receiver a chance to make it. But, again, it's tough to do that when the defensive backs are playing excellent coverage. I mean, they're doing a great job keeping their back to the receiver, but also utilizing that sideline as the friend. I mean, you don't want to get too technical here, but that's where your receiver has to stem up and force that defensive back to lose some of that leverage he has.
Throw over the middle. That one's incomplete. Tried to make the sliding catch, but couldn't pull it in. As Cameron Wicks unable to make the grab. So now 4th down and 3, and game likely comes down to this with a little under 2 minutes to go here in the game.
These DBs for this blue defense have really impressed all day long with the press coverage that they've been doing. I mean, they have telling a defensive back to press an entire game is an extremely difficult task, and they have done an incredible job all game long of keeping these receivers at bay and keeping extremely tight coverage on them, which makes it extremely hard for the quarterback to put the ball in a spot.
Baker trying to run. He'll be brought down in the backfield, and what a way to cap things off for the blue team today. They had the bunch formation, a lot of blockers. Did not matter as Jalen Hessen able to make that last play, give the ball back to his team, and the blue team should be able to run it out.
That's a great job right there, getting off a block and bringing down the ball carrier that's running away from you to reach out with that big paw, grab him, and pull him down and get off the field. Just a great job right here. Ball, get off technique, disengage, boom, make the play.
Yeah, and a perfect way to end the game for this blue defense. I mean, all day long we've been talking about the front 7 for the blue defense, and the last couple of drives we've been talking more about the DBs and their coverage, but, of course, it's the defensive line and that front 7 that comes up and makes the big play in the end.
Interesting, a long pass out there, and making the grab was Braden Sullins, wide out of Texas, and he's going to take a shot to the ribs, and he'll come out. And actually, pretty important play there by Sullins because he makes the catch. Even though he loses yardage, he keeps the clock rolling, forcing the white team to take the timeout. We'll see the replay here.
And you want to see the defensive back go for the ball in that situation because he could have had an opportunity to make a play on it to at least cause an interception. If not him, maybe his teammate flying up as a help defender could have made the play.
Yeah, interesting play call for the blue offense too. I mean, they have the white team had 3 timeouts. I know you want to get the first down, but throwing the ball on first down is a very risky play. If you don't get that completion, the clock stops. And now you have 1 extra timeout if you're the defense to where if you can get that stop, now you have more and more time on your side. So very interesting play call there.
The white team does have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock, so they're going to need a first down to keep the ball in their possession. Michael Perello back in, and it's your quarterback. Samuel Serrano, your running back. Serrano's going to take it up the middle, and he's got first down yardage and maybe a little bit more. Thought he might break that last tackle, but Serrano gets the job done as rips off a 15-yard run and moves the chains, and this should allow the blue team to run the clock out, as the white team does not appear to be calling a timeout here.
And this is what you want to see as a running back. You want to see these guys crowd the box because I just have to make one guy miss. If I make one guy miss, I'm going to get a long run just like he did there.
Handoff, spinning out of the tackle, and what would have been a loss turns into a 2-yard gain for Jeremiah Daniels.
Now, you don't want to see it that blatant. You want to make a guy miss in the backfield, but he did a good job making that first guy miss and just couldn't make that second guy miss. But good job. Again, good team defense. To say that the white team hasn't been able to get, with an offensive rhythm outside of the one drive that led to 3, their defense has been on the field a lot, but they have answered the call, more than often today.
High snap, and a good job just to fall on it by the quarterback Perello. We saw that be a problem earlier in the game. Couldn't do it, but that is fundamental there. Make sure you fall on the ball right. Don't let it keep going. And he did a good job curling up on it, and that should take us to the end of the game. White team not going to take the timeout, and that will do it. So the blue team, with a dominant defensive performance today, they win this one 15-3 in our second game here at the USA Football Developmental Games. Again, guys, a great performance by this defensive squad.
Yeah, good job on both sides. Once again, white team was on the field a little bit more. Blue team got out there and got some stops and actually made some big plays. So the offense we talked about was the fact that the blue team had to come out and make a play, or who was going to make the first play? Blue team made 2.
Yeah, I mean, we said it at halftime. We basically said the first defense that's going to make a mistake and the offense can capitalize on that mistake is going to end up winning the game. And that's what you saw today. The white offense or the white defense made that one mistake. The blue team capitalized, and they came out with the win 15-3. I mean, what more can you say about that blue team's defense? They were absolutely dominant today.
Yeah, you get the big safety, then you end up with the long pass on kind of the jump ball from Morales to Cephas, and then at the end it was Wagenhofer kind of coming back after those missed long throws, able to make a play with his legs, and that's how we got to our 15-3 final. So that'll do it for Game 2 of our developmental games here at Towson. Stay tuned. Game 3 coming up in about 30 minutes. Stay tuned for that. With that, we will see you in just a bit here from Johnny Unitas Stadium.